This video is sponsored by the Great Courses Plus. Click the link in the description to get your free 1-month trial. In part 1 of this series, we discussed some of the history of our schools and realized that there were even some benefits to a public and standardized education. But there are a few cons of the current public and standardized system that are becoming more and more apparent in recent years. Firstly, it stifles creativity. Students are limited in the subject matter they can learn and the ways in which they can learn. Secondly, it values efficiency over mastery and promotes incomplete understanding of subject material. The current school system operates like a factory. Students have a certain amount of time to get graded, and there are either good products or bad products. The system moves students along after a certain period of time and not when they have fully mastered the current subject matter. In Sal Khan's book, The One World Schoolhouse, he refers to this as Swiss cheese learning. Students are allowed to pass on to the next year's subject matter if they obtain a grade of at least 50%. That means there's over 50% of the material that they don't understand. Eventually, all these holes in their learning will catch up to them and they'll hit a point where the material stops making sense. The analogy Sal uses is that of a house. You wouldn't build a house on weak foundation, would you? But we are constantly doing this to our students by pushing them ahead, regardless of their mastery over a topic. Again, the current school system is like an assembly line. It values quantity over quality. Lastly, curriculums are quickly becoming outdated. The world is evolving so rapidly that our older institutions can't keep up. If you look at the revolutions in human history from agricultural to informational, you'll see that the gaps between them are getting smaller and smaller. All of the great revolutions in history have also had massive changes in how we educated one another, except for the most recent information age. But we are starting to see a shift in the educational paradigm. Here are some of my predictions on the future of education. Education will likely be digital, automated, and highly personalized for the individual. It will go at the student's pace, and it will require students to master subject matter before moving on. It will also be cheaper than ever before. We are already starting to see these things emerge with the birth of Khan Academy, educational YouTube channels, and an increase in quality in online courses. You have sites like Udemy or Skillshare where you can learn practical skills online. Universities are starting to put some of their lectures and notes online. Some are even hosting massive open online courses, also known as MOOCs. Soon, a student's entire education will be based around a laptop and the internet, with teachers being utilized on an as-needed basis. Education will become more meritocratic. Students will reward the best educators with their attention and money, and so educators will start to compete to be the best or to be unique. As a result, we'll see an increase in the quality of education students get. The road to this type of education will be a difficult one. The roots of our current system run deep. The infrastructure is already there. Meanwhile, the infrastructure for the future of education is still in its infancy. Online education still doesn't have the prestige and clout that traditional colleges have. Although this paradigm is shifting as well, no one's going to hire a doctor or lawyer who learned everything online, but they would hire a programmer, graphic designer, digital marketer, animator, or writer who learned everything online. Here's the final note that I'd like to conclude on. Human curiosity is very hard to kill. We are naturally very curious beings. We can see that by analyzing little kids and seeing how they interact with the world around them. They're fascinated and they want to know how it all works and fits together. This is human nature. We can see that our current system is starting to show its age because it's somehow miraculously putting out the flames of human curiosity in our youth. Young kids are seeing education as a chore. I think most of us would agree that the current system is outdated and will leave many students unprepared for a rapidly changing future. And for them, I already feel sad. Although there's still lots of work to be done, I'm quite optimistic about the future of our education. I'm excited to see a world where we can bring back a system of education that allows students to find and use their natural talents and inclinations to make the world around them a better place. I'm excited to see a world where students freely choose to understand the parts of the world that fascinate them instead of having their natural curiosity snuffed out. Thanks to the Great Courses Plus, you can get a free 1-month trial to their services by clicking the link in the description. The Great Courses Plus is a video learning service with teachings from some of the best lecturers around the world. They have a huge library of over 8,000 carefully curated courses. Websites like the Great Courses Plus are slowly edging out the need for colleges. Recently, I've been learning more about business and marketing in the course Critical Business Skills for Success by Michael A. Roberto, and I'll definitely be using the Great Courses Plus as a source of study for future videos. Again, you can get access to your free 1-month trial by going to thegreatcoursesplus.com/freedom, or you can click the link at the top of the description to take you over there. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.